So, a tip that I really like to give students at this point, especially with digital photography and it becoming so extremely accessible, which is wonderful and has so many amazing qualities to it. The one thing that can kind of start to happen is you keep taking pictures over and over and over again, and you're looking at yourself like, okay, this can't. This why aren't any of them turning out good? Why aren't they turning out good? It kind of starts to happen. It reminds me, let me say it this way. It reminds me of a time where I was photographing around Chicago with my grandpa, and he was the one that taught me, got photography and got my first camera and all of that. And of course, we started with film. He had a dark room in his basement, and we'd go out and we'd have maybe like 2 rolls of film. So I might have like 48 pictures for the day, tops, and that's it. And then at that point, it said, okay, so I need to be really careful about what it is that I'm deciding to take pictures of because I only have so many. Something switched when I got my first more advanced digital camera, I should say, one that held more than like 8 pictures on a floppy disk. Yes, it did exist. I had it. I think I still have it somewhere. Uh, but one that held like over 100 pictures. And I kept taking shots and I kept looking at them and going like, this is bad. And of course, being young Sarah, I was like, this camera sucks. Like I'm playing the camera. So I brought it back to my grandpa and I was just like, Grandpa, I don't like this camera. This camera's not good. This camera doesn't take good pictures. And he was like, okay, sure. Here's your film camera back. And I started to become much more careful. And he pointed this out to me and was like, did you notice something about how you're really taking your time and looking and kind of feeling out the picture before you commit to taking it? Or with the digital, we can just go like all crazy without even having to necessarily worry that each one that we're pressing is a whole frame, a whole film that costs money. So yeah, that was really monumental. And I think back to that because of course with digital and the way it's working now is that it's happening more and more and more, right? Because we're able to take more and more and more pictures. So we're just kind of clicking away without really stopping to think. So if you find yourself getting into that place, of course, using all these compositional techniques like that, but if you want to push yourself even further, take your digital camera out, but pretend that it's a film camera. I know. If you want to be really adventurous, say that you give yourself 1 roll of film and that's 24 pictures for the whole day. And it doesn't have to be anything like, don't do it for someone's like birthday or whatever. Like, just go out and on a photo walk and just walk around and hang out. But you only get 24 exposures for the whole day. That's it. And you'll see that you're starting to slow down and really calculate your shots and saying, okay, is this worth it? Or do I want to move a little bit before I take it? Or do I want to move forward? Do I want to zoom out? Do I want to change my settings? So all of those little things start to add up. And when you start to become more careful, you start to take better pictures.